fulfilling dreams, for people that never thought that they could do it. Because a lot of people don't realize that they could be qualified to get a home. It's just they don't know the process. I'm working with somebody right now, called me up, said, how do I buy a house? And I said, well, let's go through that process. And I think there's a lot of people out there like that in this market right now, even though it's been an interesting market, people are still, first-time home owners, and it's exciting for them. My name is Marilyn. I am a realtor with Windermere Group 1. My husband and I moved to the Tri-Cities about 16 years ago to follow my grandkids. I had the opportunity to become a bakery, catering, deli manager, and I started building a business there, doing a lot of life events with customers. Eventually, my hands started giving me warning signs that I need to get out of that business because it was just taking over my life. So that's what I did, and I turned to thinking about real estate. What got me into it? I think challenging myself at first. I knew I had to do something, I was going to do something besides cakes. But I'm a busy person. I don't like idle time, so I wanted something to challenge myself. And I have a good friend who was part of our church that's a realtor that I admired a lot and knew she was successful. And I thought, well, maybe I could do what she does. And that's kind of what got me into it. Well, kind of like my history, I think, of being in a customer service type position sets me apart because I've had that experience in working with customers and trying to meet their needs. I think in that way I've been able to take that experience and work it right into real estate. It's just kind of natural for me, as I'm meeting people, and because I was always meeting new people throughout, all of my other businesses, and so I'm comfortable with meeting new people, and then just making them feel comfortable, at the same time finding out what they're wanting is, whether it's a big wedding that they're planning, or or if they're coming to the doctor and they're sick, and trying to come across to what their pain is or what their needs are. So I think that's part of what brings me, my past as a realtor. I think knowledge is really important. I think knowing your client, I think getting to know them, asking the right questions, knowing their pain and pleasure, I think is really important. And then as you're finding properties for them to take and show them, I think it's important to know the property, know the area, depending on who your client is. If they're new to the area, they're going to be interested in schools and churches and other things about the area. I think that's just getting to know the property, because they're going to have questions, and I think just making sure you have the right information with you. And if you don't, just being honest about it, and being able to contact somebody that there's usually a selling agent or somebody else that you can contact right away. Get those answers usually right there when you're with them. Listening to them, I think, is really important because they have specific needs. Everybody has a need that's specific to them or unique to them. And so I think just listening to them, making sure you apply what they are looking for, to trying to work, your business around them and building a relationship, and then being honest with them, I think is also very important. Building a trusting relationship, I think probably what it takes to get your home prepared. If they have a lot of stuff in their house, I might just gently advise that you might want to downsize some things, in your house, because you want your home to, clients aren't going to be coming through your home to look to see what you have in the house. They want to see your home. So as much of that you can take away from your home so that they can actually see and envision their own things in their home would be best, I think. So, and then just try to advise them on whether they need to maybe do a little curb appeal, outside or not, and advise them, because we, as a realtor, we have at our disposal lots of people that we can call to come in and help support people, I guess you might say, to come in and help them clean up or stage their homes if they want, and then just basically just getting the house ready so that they can get top dollar. Getting pre-approved, I think, is probably number one. I try to advise them not even to start looking until you know what you're going to be pre-approved for, so that you don't get disappointed. because that's kind of heartbreaking for people if they really want this house, but then they know they're not going to be able to afford it. So we need to find out what their affordability is, I think, right off the bat. And then for buyers, I think just being open to me, you know, telling me, you know, what you like and what you don't like. You know, that way I can kind of go a different direction if I need to, you know, and I think that's important. The communication, I think, and just kind of emphasizing how important it is, you know, to communicate, you know, your pain and pleasure. I can't imagine not ever working with Windermere. There's such a family atmosphere throughout the whole organization, whether it's the support staff, you know, the marketing or the IT, or, you know, the rest of the staff that helps us. We couldn't be successful agents if we didn't have that support behind us. And then just the camaraderie with all the agents. It's just such a family, you know, type of atmosphere. I can walk into anybody's office and, you know, start a conversation, and I'm never made to feel like I'm interrupting anything, or and if I ever have a question with any agent, you know, they're always willing to help me. I would not have had the success that I've had if it wasn't for the support staff and the other agents in our office. Like I said, I just can't imagine ever working anywhere else.